Hello and welcome to Banking Frontiers Live. We are here to experience one of the largest financial technology convergence carnival of the year in Mumbai, in India. And this is called as the Global Fintech Festival. An ocean of people, almost 50,000 plus, who are scheduled to reach Mumbai for this wonderful carnival. Let me introduce you to one of the key persons behind this carnival to understand what is in it for each one of us from the fintech, from the investors, from the financial sector. And today I understand that a whole new ecosystem is joining us in this Global Fintech Festival. Let's learn more about Global Fintech Festival from Navin Surya, who is the chairman of the Fintech Convergence Council, and he is also one of the key organizing committee member and the key member of the advisory board of Global Fintech Festival. Navin, welcome to Financial Frontiers.
Thank you, Babu. Good to see you, and thanks for joining from Canada for this call.
Great. So, Navin, let us try to understand. You launched this Global Fintech Festival last year, and it saw a wonderful scale. I think that was probably one of the first events of such a scale. Okay, what was the learning from there, and how different is it going to be in this particular year?
Thank you, Babu. So, just to kind of start with the genesis of FinTech, a festival that we are launching here, Global Fintech Festival. The whole reason is 2.5 decade in this industry that we have spent, and I think you have been seeing that journey. We realize that while India has become the largest ecosystem in the world, the third largest already, but in terms of thought leadership platform, you still have to go to the US or Singapore or let's say Europe, and a lot of Indian participation is there, but probably given the innovation that is happening out of India, we are not able to present it there enough, nor create an opportunity for global community to interact with Indian community enough. And that inspired us to create a thought leadership platform as we're leading. I mean, we are on the moon already, right? On the South Pole being the first. I think India has begun this new journey of being bigger and a first one in many things. So this was one of them. Last year, we started our journey as a complete, you could say, semi-hybrid, largely physical, but also a little bit of a digital participation. We had seen about 25, 30,000 people coming in. We saw about some 700 speakers. We were really encouraged by the kind of response we had last year. And this year could expect there'll be an expo, which is like 3x size bigger than the last year, the entire ground floor. So if you really combine the scale and size, like you said, 50,000 plus people, 800 plus speakers, 250 plus learning tracks. So we sometimes say that maybe what we have learned in the entire year, there is an opportunity for all of us to come together and learn.
What have been the key parameters which has actually made this successful, the key ingredients?
So key ingredients actually is a hidden in our own theme this year, which says global collaboration and responsible innovation. So I think as an industry body, we've been associated. See, this has been brought in by three large bodies, and all three are not for profit. One is NPCI, Payment Council of India, and Fintech Convergence Council. So the collaboration is already happening there. They all three coming together with a very simple, focused thought that how do we bring the best of India and create a bridge to the world. We got equally encouraged by the support from the government and policymakers. So we have support from Finance Ministry, we have support from METI, we have support from most of the ministries as well as all the regulators. And RBI is one of the key partners besides IFSCA.
Interesting. How have you been successful in bringing all the three regulators together, from the banking to insurance to capital markets?
See, the common theme there has been that everybody is aware of the way in the shortest period the fintech ecosystem has evolved, and that we, in a shorter period versus the traditional financial services ecosystem, in a simpler way, let's say it took us about 77 years to become just create one largest, most valuable bank in the country. But in the fintech, we are already third largest. In most of the places, including payments like UPI, etc., we are the largest and we are the leaders in the world. So I think there is a very clear awareness in the regulators that this is the path for us to go. The whole India model of a digital India and the digital way of thinking and doing things, whether on the identity, whether on the data, whether on the payments, has been extremely successful. So they do understand that this is our opportunity and we need to do more, learn more, and share more. So that thought process has always been there, and there wasn't a single integrated platform. And again, as I said, because we are not for profit, we already represent the industry. We already work closely on some of the regular industry issues with these regulators closely. So that probably became a little bit easier. And again, as I said, because it's not me as an individual here, but it's a large ecosystem behind representing these associations.
Wonderful. And how do you see the global participation, and how are you bringing together the global fraternity for this by creating the right kind of enrollment?
We truly want it to become a lot more global. This year, if I look at the overall size and scale, at least 30% plus will be from global. So whether it's a speaker, whether it's a delegates. And besides that, we have started now working with some countries every year to create a special partnership model. So like, for an example, this year, some of the key country partners are Israel, Germany, Australia. So we are actually working very closely with some of these countries to figure out between India and this country, what more can be done and what more when they come here they want to learn, so that the ecosystem which comes with them, they get best of the access, they get best of the models to learn, best of the people available to interact.
And in an event of such a scale, such a size, it is very difficult for somebody to navigate and actually get everything out of it. So what is your suggestion?
Very important question, Babu, and exactly like you have, and you always hit the nail. As an organization, as an individual, you will have certain objective and expectation from this entire event. This offers everybody, whoever you are in an ecosystem, from a student to a, let's say, thought leader to a middle level executive to a banker or an investor. There's something for everyone here. Based on your objective, you should pre-study at least for a couple of days what all is happening where on which day of these 3 days. You should pre-schedule those in your calendars. There are also kind of, we've created a platform of with an app where you could also request certain meetings. While we can't guarantee it, but again, go through those lists. You could even request meetings to your interested profile of people, and probably some of that might happen depending on both the sides agree. So think what you want out of this and plan to achieve it with the entire details which are available on the website, to the app, to everywhere.
Wonderful. I think, Navin, this is definitely a great inspiration to hold such a huge event of this kind of magnitude and this sea of people joining in. We really hope that this becomes a great master success and a kind of thing to look out for any fintech enthusiast, any investor, and any financial services company in the world. And all the best to you and your wonderful team for putting this together, and all the great support from Banking Frontiers for this. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Babu. Thanks for the help and support. And I look forward to meeting all of you at the Global Fintech Festival.